God prepares you in the way that he prepares you for a reason. And it's so funny because I was sitting up here having a meltdown. I called my daddy. I was crying, and he originally didn't answer my call because he was in a meeting. And then he said, I'm like, wait, you know what? It's kind of early in the morning and Brittany didn't call me. Let me call her back. So he calls me back. And then I just start pouring out and I'm crying and I'm crying and I'm crying. And I'm always skeptical of sharing those vulnerable moments when I'm just crying and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, because I'm just like, I really do not want this to be something that's shared in another space. And so, but in this season of my life, God has been working on me with a lot of things, fear being one of them, but also just understanding his timing. God has an ordained time for every single thing that he wants to happen in your life. And you have to learn how to rejoice when things happen that you wish could have gone a different way. Because God is intentional in doing everything that he does. You might feel like you are ready and you are prepared, but sometimes God has to teach you how to wait on his timing for a specific thing to come to pass. Yes, you know this. Yes, you know that. Yes, you're a good woman. Yes, you're a good man. But just because you are a good woman, a good man, a good person, it does not mean that you are in a place in a current moment where you are ready for whatever the blessing is that God is trying to give to you. And so you have to wait however long it takes in order to be fully prepared to receive the blessing that is yours. Nobody else's name is on it. Nobody else's name's on it but yours. And don't lose faith and doubt what he is saying just because of what you are seeing. Your circumstances don't define you. Your past doesn't even define you. And you're going to have to... Oh, look, the devil is busy. But you're going to have... So I got cut out because the devil is busy. But sometimes you are going to have to let the bad things grow with the good things so that when it's time for the harvest season, you can pluck it. And it might not be whether or not you have a spirit of discernment. You will have a spirit of discernment and you will know of the bad things that are there. But if you remove those things too fast, you might pluck up the goodness that's going to come from what God is trying to do. The enemy is always going to plant negative seeds behind your back. He's weak. He's a coward. He's a gossiper. He's a manipulator. He is a liar. And the reason why sometimes we believe the lie is because he blends the lie with the truth. He will remind you that you received a word, a promise from God, and it hasn't come to pass. But the lie that he will get you to believe is that you are not enough. The lie that he will get you to believe is that it will never happen to you. The lie that he will get you to believe is that it's too good to be true. The lie that he will get you to believe is that you are not worthy, and you are. There is nothing that you can do that will write you out of the will of God if you are coming to repentance, if you are continuing to seek his face, if you are continuing to elevate and grow and let go of what no longer serves you or what never really served you. Because there are some things that you might have held on to that you thought you needed that you did not need. And so that was also something that God had to refine out of you. Because he needs you to get to a space where you realize that all you really need is him. And that does not mean you don't need a man, you don't need a woman, you don't need a community, that you should write off the church, or you should write off people at your job, or whoever your village is. But it just means that you have to get to a place of understanding the source of your help. People are just resources. They're limited in what they can do and understand. They know in part, they prophesy in part. God knows the whole story. He understands the big picture. So fully lean into a relationship with him. Believe and not doubt, and that promise will come to pass. Wait, however long it takes. And know that he'll never leave you nor forsake you. And don't be afraid to go to your comforters. Because had I not talked to my father this morning, had I not talked to my friend this morning, I would have not had the boldness and the courage or even the joy to jump on here and say anything of the nature that I just said. You need your people and you need your God. Have peace in knowing that God has got you right where he needs you to be. And there's nothing that anybody can do to change his perspective of you. And that includes you.